Welcome to Destination Station. I feel like this is the new trend in Hollywood for comedic actors to start being directors of horror films. I'm not complaining. A Quiet Place, directed by John Krasinski, starring John Krasinski, starring his wife Emily Blunt. They're basically on this farm, and when the movie starts, it's like, I'm not going to give away too many spoilers because, I mean, you just need to see this film for yourself, but it starts like 89 days in to whatever is going on in this world, and you only get like pieces of the backstory through like newspaper articles and what people say through sign language. There's not a whole lot of words. It's very, very almost a silent film except for the sound design, which is on par. I mean, it is amazing. Sometimes it was like very hyped up because it's very quiet at moments, and then it just boom, knocks it up to a 10, and it's a big jump scare. And a lot of people don't like jump scares, but they are used very effective in this film here. This movie is amazing. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to add it to my collection. It's kind of like the tone of the film is like The Walking Dead, but not exactly. I mean, it's not zombies or anything like that. These creatures that are out here hunting whatever, they're attracted to sound, so everyone's having to live in like sign language. They're having to take certain steps. They're having to like walk on sand. They're having to pour sand so they don't make any noises when they walk across the grass or wherever they're going. This movie did take a different turn. I thought this movie was going to be like they're traveling from one point to the other, but it wasn't nothing like that at all. It was basically they're in this one location for 90% of this film. Sometimes they wander off here and there, but basically it's about this family that they're just, something happens at the beginning of the film, and there's this dynamic between the dad and the older sibling, the daughter, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's very, with a movie that doesn't say much at all, you latch on to these characters and you care about these characters all the way through. I know that I've said it on my on Stardust. If you don't know what Stardust is, go follow me on Stardust. There'll be a link in the description. But I put in there that it's kind of like a mix between Tremors and Signs. More on the tone of Signs, and more like from, I don't want to give away what the creature is or what, but it hunts on sound, and that's kind of like where the Tremors things goes. You know, every little footstep you make, you know, could be your last. And these things move very fast, and this movie is scary. That's one thing for a PG-13 film. This movie is scary. I can't remember the last PG-13 movie that was scary. I mean, what would we have? Insidious: The Last Key. It wasn't really scary. It had its creepy moments here and there, but this movie actually, like when the movie started and it got silent, the entire audience was silent, and there was plenty of like teenagers in this film because it's PG-13. It's going to appeal to more younger audiences because teenagers want to go see horror films. And I was so worried about that walking into this movie because there was teenagers all around us giggling and everything like that. But as soon as the movie started and it went very silent, the whole crowd was silent, and I felt like everybody was on the edge of their seat all the way to the end. And now let's talk about the ending. That's one thing that I did not like about the movie. I was like, okay, we're about to kick it into high gear, we're about to get going, and it just shuts off. And a lot of movies does this. It just shuts off. It looks like it might be setting up for a sequel or something, but I just wanted a little bit more at the end. But overall, this movie was amazing. Go see this movie. So I want to talk about the kids in this movie. A lot of times kids can make or break a movie, and these kids are very, very well talented. I really think the older daughter, she has a bright future in Hollywood because she did very well. The emotions on her face, everything. And obviously Emily Blunt is going to do an amazing job. John Krasinski is going to do an amazing job. My only complaints or cons I could say about this movie is that I felt like with it being 89 days in and then it jumps ahead like 300 and something days in, I felt like that they could have created traps. The military or even people in general could have band together. They could have created some type of traps to start taking out these things. I felt like when they start realizing how to take out these creatures, I felt like they probably should have discovered that earlier on. But it's a movie. we're talking about the creation of this film here, and it is just it's amazing. You are going to be on the edge of your seat, and this is a must-see in the theaters. Go see this movie. If you're skeptical about the rating with it being PG-13, don't worry about that. I hope they do a sequel, but if they do a sequel, I hope it's in this same tone. A lot of times when we get sequels to serious horror movies, the tone's a little bit shifted to more comedic or more fun than being serious. That's all I ask for the sequel, is to keep the same exact tone and possibly keep the same exact characters. But this movie was amazing, and I have to give praise to John Krasinski. I can't wait to see his next thing. Jordan Peele did Get Out. Now John Krasinski did A Quiet Place. Both great movies. I would say this is better than Get Out, though. Get Out was good, a little overrated if you ask me, but still a good film. But these guys obviously know what they're doing. So, and another thing with comedic actors and stuff like that doing horror. Later on, we got Halloween 2018 with Danny McBride penning the script and David Gordon Green directing it. And so, I mean, I can't wait to see more on Halloween 2018. So, like, this is like the new trend in Hollywood. I hope it stays this way. If they keep killing it, keep killing it. All right, guys. My next review is going to be Deep Blue Sea 2. I had the opportunity to see that film. Check out that review. It's probably not going to be as good as this one. Just letting you know. All right, guys. Go see A Quiet Place. I give it an A. Stop this video. Go watch it right now. All right. This is Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Peace.